33 years ago, when I was 18 years old, I was absolutely obsessed with two things. One was the Russian language, because I kept having dreams that I was learning Russian and I had some reason to be in Russia. I still don't know why I was having those dreams. But the other thing I was obsessed about was the missionaries from my church. And I loved them so much that I wanted to be close to them as much as possible. So I went to the missionary training center and I got a job as a janitor just so I could be around the missionaries. For 2 years I did that and I absolutely loved it. And I did everything I could to learn the Russian language. So I started taking classes at my university. And after I finished my Russian 201 class, my teacher gave me a C minus. And I was so disappointed about that. And she came up to me afterward and she said, "You need to go to the missionary training center, quit your job as a janitor, and get a job as a teacher teaching Russian." And I was like, "Why are you telling me this? You just gave me a C minus. Like, there's no way they're going to hire me." And she said, "They're desperate for teachers right now. And very, very few of the missionaries that were there have returned. And so go see if you can get a job teaching Russian to the missionaries." So I was super excited, super nervous. I went there and I applied for the job, and surprise, surprise, they actually hired me. And I guess they just needed somebody whose Russian skills were like this further ahead from the missionaries. And the scariest thing of all was after the first week, they didn't want us to speak any English to the missionaries anymore. And so I was like, okay, well, I got to keep this job, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do everything I can to learn it. And the thing that surprised me the very, very most was after teaching Russian for just 2 weeks, my Russian, and I was speaking Russian to the missionaries in whatever horrible Russian that it was. After about 2 weeks, my Russian was nearly as good as the Russian of the people who had already returned from Russia and who were teaching. And so why am I telling you this story? Because this experience taught me that we will succeed if we do the thing we want to do and that we are passionate before we know how to do it. And so I encourage you, I want to let you know, I put the spirit of that story right here into my wealth and prosperity oil. This is not just for regular like money prosperity. This is for you to prosper at your goals. I am so excited for whatever it is you're passionate about, because I know that you can succeed. I have succeeded myself, and that is just the perfect example that I could think of. So every time I make this oil, I'm thinking of that, and I'm thinking of you and your goals. I know you can do it. This will be in the link in my profile.